Okay, there you go. Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can see you.
Can you see me? Oh, there we are. Yeah, okay.
I can't. Oh,
You cut.
I'm wearing the wrong. Hold on. That's me. Try that again. Hello.
Hello. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes, I'm wearing the wrong headphones. That was me. That was
Oh, okay.
completely okay. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
How
Yeah,
was
all
how was
good.
your trip?
Well, I don't know. Um, it's interesting when you encounter people you haven't seen in 60 years,
Yeah.
and yeah. So it was a reunion, and
Yes.
there were about 100 people altogether. So we were at tables more or less according to we had badges and
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
years. So and so most of the people at my table were people I should have known, because they left more or less around the same time
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did. So and I did. I mean, I recognized quite a few of them.
And this is from what age? From what, like, grade school or from high
No, this
school?
is from high school. This is
Yeah.
from boarding school, high
Yeah.
school. So these are boys who are now old men who left my school between 61, I left in 62, 63,
Yeah.
64, more or less. So
Yeah.
we were sometimes in the same classroom or near, or we knew each other, right? Or
Yeah.
so so what? So first of all, we were the worst behaved table um, by far,
Uh-huh.
and um, a lot of the discussion was remembering the scabrous nicknames of like Scabby Scola and Duncart and Kipper and um, Chimpy and of our
Yeah.
of our teachers and
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
how bad they were or whatever. Um, so I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, I had a good time. I thought it was
Uh-huh.
very pleasant. The takeaways are kind of interesting to me because I mean, this was not obviously a not a scientific um, segment. In other
Yeah.
words, I mean, people who could come to this obviously have to be still alive.
Yeah.
You had
Yes.
to be able to afford 75 British pounds
Yes.
and get there.
Yeah.
Since and
Yeah.
since,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
since most British men of my age who are retired live in the country, they don't live in the city.
Yeah.
So given that, it was not a it was but if I was to drill down on uh, the relationship between academic success
Uh-huh.
and I don't know success in business,
Yes.
I would say it's more or less inverse.
Huh.
In other words,
Yeah.
a lot of them were boasting that they were in 5C, not
Yeah.
5A or 5B,
Yeah.
that they'd
Yeah.
never passed an exam, a decent one,
Yeah.
um, that they'd married the boss's daughter, which
Right.
apparently was quite and more than one person. There was
Huh.
one fellow who wasn't there, who we were discussing, he'd become head of one of the biggest banks in England,
Uh-huh.
and he really was. He was a terribly nice guy, but he's a total
Yeah.
dim dunce.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we were told that he'd married a Rothschild, so I guess. But
That's
but this
yeah.
is that generation. And
Uh-huh.
interesting. I don't think that would be true
Uh-huh.
much of subsequent generations.
Right.
The other interesting thing also was I was mildly aware of this, not at school, but perhaps leaving school. if you are, in most cases, if you are at an all boys boarding school, um, the only girls you're going to meet more or less until you're 17 or 18 are your friend's sisters
Yes.
or
Yeah.
your sister's friends.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Yes.
and people married their friend's sisters.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, which I guess created certain amount of
Tension or
cohesion.
yeah.
Cohesion, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it was interesting, and it was held strangely at the House of Commons, which I thought was because there must have been somebody, one of us, who was a member of Parliament or something. But
Yeah.
apparently, you can rent this. You can rent
Yeah.
the.
Yeah. Sure.
You can rent it.
Yes.
And it's nice. Food was terrible, but it was a nice day, and so there
Yeah.
was a balcony, and you could stand outside
Huh.
and see the sights of London. But as I was going in, and I was early because I wanted to be on time, a woman came up. I mean, I've never been in houses. I've never been there. I mean, anybody can walk in as
Sure.
a tourist, as a guest.
Sure.
So I was being directed to the right place, and a woman with a clipboard came up and she said, the Archbishop of Canterbury is having a hearing on AI in the House of Lords. Would you like to attend? I said, well, I don't have much time. She said, you can spend as much as or as little as
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had to hand in my telephone, my mobile phone, and then I went up these very, very narrow, steep stairs,
Yes.
and I ended up in it's called the Strangers Gallery. It's a public gallery
Yes.
of the House of Lords, which is
Yes.
just this huge blah blah. And it was a Friday afternoon, so it wasn't full by any
Sure.
means.
Sure. Sure.
There were people on either side, and I could see three people kind of in clerical wear.
Right.
Otherwise, everybody was just wearing ordinary clothes. And the speakers had 5 minutes.
Uh huh.
And I listened to about four of them. And I must say, one was a woman, two men. And the first three were extremely up to date on Sam Altman and yeah, I mean a
Yeah.
lot of education. I mean,
Yes.
I was actually surprised, right?
Uh
Until I got to the last speaker
huh.
who said, I've been involved with AI for 30 years longer than any of you. And he went on and on and on. And then he started talking about a sheep farm in Australia. And he was
Okay.
talking about artificial insemination.
No. No.
Yeah. So, and I'm not sure if it was a joke or not,
Right.
you
No.
know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
It
Because
could
that way.
well have been,
Yeah.
it could
Yeah.
have been
Yeah.
an elaborate ruse, but
But
uh,
he stayed with it. He insisted
yeah,
that.
he stayed with it. He stayed with it. He stayed with it.
No.
Anyway, so that was funny. No, it was nice. London is very crowded. I mean,
Uh
I
huh.
guess it's um, tons of tourists, tons of
Sure.
people. Same old, same old. I saw some exhibitions, and that was it. Didn't was I was sort of there and back, kind of
Did you see
quickly.
did you see Robin? Did you see? I mean, I'm sorry. Did you see Alice and any
I
of that?
saw Alice. I saw Alice. We saw Alice. We had dinner with Alice and her daughter Robin. And Robin has a longtime boyfriend called Sam. Very
Yes.
nice guy. They've been together 5 years, and
Yes.
we'd met him. Yeah, it was very nice. Yeah, it was good. She came
Good.
down from Leeds for the evening for the
Yeah.
day. Yeah, and yeah, so it was a nice visit. Um,
Good.
so what's going on tomorrow? You have a big protest? You have
I mean,
a
it's Flags Day. There are several things going on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, several protests going on tomorrow. Um, there's kind of a big concert in DC, though it feels a little bit. I mean, you know me. I don't only take shots at the people I disagree with politically, but I mean, if we're gonna make fun of them for kind of third tier, I don't know. It feels they've put together this concert that's supposed to be like a big sort of thumb. It's in DC and its tickets are $250. Jane Fonda is hosting it, but it does. I don't know. I mean, it's
Jane Fonda is hosting it, a concert,
yes,
right?
yes,
I mean, even I mean, she's my age. I'm a fan, but wait a minute. I mean,
yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
they
yeah.
get Cardi B? I mean,
I know. Right, no, right. Yeah, no, yes, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
So.
what do people know who she is? I mean,
Well, the right does because there's still that picture she took in Vietnam in I want to say like
yeah,
60. They're still obsessed with that. I mean, they're still like they're still that's still
she's
enough.
Hanoi Jane,
Yeah,
right?
yes, no, that's it. Yeah.
God. Well, I'm fed up with the boomers being in charge. I really
Yeah,
am.
yeah,
I think it's time for us to move on. You know,
yes.
I don't necessarily mean die right away, but I
No, but
think we should retire from the being, hosting a political. So who else is in? This is an anti-Trump concert,
this
is
is an
it?
anti-Trump and then I don't know. I mean, a bunch of choir, like really not. There's not a. There's no Cardi B. There's no headliner name, which is I don't know. I
Uh,
mean, it just feels kind of like hastily thrown together. But no, what else? So I mean, I guess a lot of sports, a lot. The World Cup. How is that shaping up? How does that feel? Yeah.
we don't quite know yet.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a game yet at
Right.
the Meadowlands, but
Yeah.
we have to watch carefully in terms of traffic and trains
Yes.
and things like that. I guess
Yeah.
we're close enough to Madison Square Garden, although I have not really been aware of that. They've created, I think, for the Knicks games, they created, which I think is a shame, a perimeter between 31st and 35th Street and between 7th and 8th,
Okay.
where
That does. Oh,
they wouldn't let people
yes.
be in the street,
Yes.
which I thought was not a good idea. I mean, the tickets are so expensive. They should have allowed people to.
Right. Well, you were out of town. They said for the game 3, the night that Trump was there, that they had set up a 10-block perimeter of security, and I was like, 10 blocks from
No,
Madison Square. That's to
no,
your
it's not.
house. I mean, that would have been. I mean, that would
No,
have been. Yeah.
no, it's
Yeah.
not 10 blocks. It was
Right.
what I described.
Yeah. But
So
and then the Knicks owner who was in the booth with Trump.
Dolan,
Yeah,
yeah,
is versus. So he's the one, I guess. Well, him versus Mamdani, both of them blaming each other because there was supposed to be this outdoor viewing area that that they traditionally offer
yeah,
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who is. I don't know who was responsible for that. Um, and I don't know whether it was Trump's. I don't know maybe it was Trump's presence that dictated
I
that.
don't
I
think.
don't
Yes,
know.
I mean, I think I don't. I think it was all an abundance of caution. I don't think. I don't think. Yeah, and and they lost. The Knicks lost Game 3. Very famously won Game 4 by I mean many they were it was a 29
A
point comeback.
second or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was a huge comeback. But to me, sort of the interesting stories were all around clothing. So after Game 3, Ben Stiller and his wife reportedly burned the clothes that they wore to the game. That was their superstition, that they literally burned the clothes that they wore.
The game, you mean the game that they lost?
Yes, the losing game. Yes. To me,
So
because
the superstition was that their
because they had
clothes.
lost. Yes, but
Okay.
I also, but still, to me, and again, I'm not. I'm only cursory a sports fan, but I
Uh,
appreciate the superstitions part. That to me seems fun. It would. It's still Knicks gear. So to me, my superstition would say I would never. I don't know. And anyway, that was their superstition, and I guess it worked because they won Game 4. Taylor Swift wearing a Stevie Nicks, but spelled like the Knicks shirt.
I
What?
thought that was clever, actually. I
Yeah,
thought
I
that
thought
was
that. Yeah, I also think why are we all? Why do we all know this? Why is this news? But I thought that was
yeah.
clever enough as well. Um, what else? Oh, the people. I'm sorry, people being beaten up for their jerseys, for their wearing Spurs jerseys
Oh, I
in New
didn't know
York.
that.
Oh, and this is. I mean,
Right.
I often say there are some sports fandoms that are pretty rowdy, but this was. I mean, there's video, and it actually made me sick to my stomach, where just a mob, literally a mob of New Yorkers, they say there's a Spurs jersey, and they start to like try and like literally strip a man in the street, and he fights back, and it turns into a brawl, and it's. I mean, it's. I get that people are. I get that people are passionate about sports, but that yeah no that's obviously going too far. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
no, it is going too far, but I mean, in the soccer world, if you are going to go to if you're the away team and if you're a fan of the away team and you're going to the home team city
yes,
and the temperature is that high in terms of hostility, it's best not to wear. I don't know. I
I
mean,
but
I
that's
think,
no that can't
or
be.
at least be you have to go with a lot of people.
No, but those should okay, but those that shouldn't be the rules of society. I mean, it's true.
No,
No, it's true.
no,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's the rules of fan. So, I
No, it
mean,
is. No, it is. And it's I mean, and I ride the light rail and you'll see it'll be the whole car filled with whatever Mariners fans and then just a few dotted fans of such and such and there will be pointed comments. There will be I mean it will like a back and forth
well,
will start to exchange and I wonder is this
yeah.
going to break out? Is this going to but again, is that part of the fun that I don't get? But I don't know. Um,
Well, if you're young and fit and you want to stick it to them, then go into the middle of the crowd wearing, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's interesting because we're also we I mean society now is I mean you could say this the Spurs and the Knicks, but you've got Israeli flags and Palestinian flags. You've got a lot of symbolism. You've got a
yes,
lot of
yes,
overt symbolism
yes,
that is being used by people to advertise their position. I mean, their
yes, yes.
right, their politics or their sports fandom or their, I mean, is that new? To the
I,
degree that it's happening, maybe it is. I don't know. I
I,
mean,
right, and in some
if you
sense,
ride
oh, go ahead.
around in a pickup truck
Yes,
that has a huge American flag flying from it, right?
yes, yes.
People will assume you're a MAGA fan, right?
I mean, yes, but yes, I mean,
They don't think Bernie Sanders is driving that truck, right?
right. But again,
But 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 he's an American. I mean, he's a proud American.
well, no, at every protest I go, I see inverted flags, which again isn't a sign that you are un-American or hate America, but it is an official sign. If you look at the flag code of distress, flying the flag upside down is a sign of distress. It is a official,
Okay,
yeah.
all
So you
right.
see many upside down flags, but you also see many flags. Just people, and especially as we head into, I mean, again, tomorrow is Flag Day. They don't own the flag, but they do. When I see someone dressed head to toe in flag gear, which, again, you're not even supposed to do if you look at the flag code. You're not supposed to wear the flag. You're not supposed to, a lot of things that patriots, quote unquote, the MAGA folks do, you're not actually supposed to do. But when I see someone wearing head to toe flag gear, I don't think, oh, it's the 4th of July, or oh, they just love our country. I do. I think that it is part of a weaponized usage of the flag that they have for decades. I mean, it's not this. It isn't exclusive to MAGA, but yeah, they weaponized the flag a long time ago, and then anyone who isn't along with that and their version of patriotism is un-American. I mean, and that's this is not, none of this is new. But no, especially as we move into, in America 250th, they keep insisting everything they do is bipartisan. Any other, well, no, it wouldn't. Unfortunately, let's just say in an alternate reality, Harris had won. Anything she hosted, just like Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl, they would, Trump from his MAGA lair instead of the White House would still be posting all his all caps Truth Socials, and we would still be in the divided America we are, and they would all insist that everything that she hosted was partisan, actually. That being said, again, you can never prove a counterfactual. She isn't the president. I can't prove what she would have done, but I would have assumed an attempt to be bipartisan, an attempt to not only, well, she wouldn't have turned it into a Kamala Harris rally. There's no reality where that would have happened. For instance, she wouldn't have hosted a fight on the White House lawn on her birthday. Those things would, that I can say, even with, I can't prove it, but I can say fairly certain she wouldn't have done those things. So they, again, over and over, they make it very partisan, but then insist if you're not a part of that, it's you who are un-American, because they're partisan. They have now, they insist American is what they say it is, it isn't patriotism to the flag. It's our flag. It's our Trump flag registered trademark.
And they're allowed to wear it.
Right.
Whereas when Abby Hoffman was on the Dick Cavett show wearing an American flag shirt, they blurred it out.
Oh, I remember this.
Blurred it out because
yes.
because you weren't allowed to do that, because that was considered to be, in a sense, against the flag. That was supposed to be sacrilegious.
But right, yeah.
And an art dealer I know went to jail because he wouldn't pay a $500 fine because one of his artists made a kind of a human dummy figure out of an American flag, and he put it in the window of his Madison Avenue gallery, and that was considered to be. And he was fined. He wouldn't pay the fine.
Yes,
the artist wasn't fined. The dealer was, and
that is
he went
interesting.
to jail for. Yeah, it was interesting. He went to jail for a few weeks or something. But just to make the point. But
yes.
But so there was a time when you couldn't do anything with the flag except wave it, I guess.
It is free speech. You can burn the flag. I have been at events where people burn the flag. I never encourage burning the flag for a variety of reasons, including most flags are polyester or nylon, and you can smell it immediately when they start burning a flag. It is plastic burning. But the optics of it, I get that you can do it. I get it is free speech. You will get yourself on the news, but at what cost? And usually it's someone fringe who's not part of the organizers of the group who are like, and the majority of the people saying, hey, put that out, but that doesn't make it on the news. So it's legal, but I don't.
It's clickbait or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a new word I like. Have you discovered? So yeah.
Yes. But no, okay, so back to World Cup. Oh no, go ahead. We can talk about anything.
No, tomorrow you have a rally or something. You have a protest.
Like I said, there are a couple, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to go to. I'll see what's.
Yeah.
I never know. I mean, I can't tell. No, usually I can tell, and I can't tell for tomorrow. But usually, just based on the online presence, I can get a sense of who's going to show up, how many people are going to show up. I don't think it's going to be a huge thing. I don't know. I mean, um, I think people are genuinely. I don't know. Well, I keep reading again. I keep reading. Well, the World Cup has a Trump problem. They can't get Americans excited about the World Cup. They are here. I'm not. I mean, honestly, I don't know if you heard about a Somali refugee. I'm sorry, referee who was turned away. He was, he's one of the.
No.
Yeah, okay. And several of the Iranian team were held up for hours, and I honestly think, and I always take like hardline extremes. I don't think we should be hosting. I don't think we should be allowed to host. I don't think we're qualified to be hosting. I think, especially the moment a referee who was qualified and did nothing wrong other than apparently be Somali was turned away. I think that every single U.S. game should have been they should have to Mexico and Canada, because we're not. I don't think we should be hosting games. I mean, I think this. And FIFA says, "Oh, they said that's horrible, but of course we have nothing to do with that, and we can't control that." You can control that. You could not allow. You could, but of course they're not going to shut down the games. There's millions and millions of dollars on it. But we, we're just.
How long ago was it decided the games would be in
Oh,
Mexico, US, and Canada?
years
Years
ago.
ago. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So, however, once I would say I agree with you. First of all, the only reason they're in US is for financial reasons,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I mean, it's to, I mean, it's to create more interest in the sport,
Yes.
but not for the sake of the sport.
Right.
It's for the sake of filling stadiums, right?
Yes.
Don't you think? I mean,
Well, yes, but yes, no, but filling stadiums again with trying to build a new fan base at the expense of the fan base, because they knew, and European fans aren't going to come to the U.S. right now under the certain people are afraid to, and rightfully, and they're but
yeah, this is that I think I don't think the US has earned the right to have a world final event in a sport that is of very little interest to most Americans.
yeah,
And they have not produced great players.
yep,
You know, soccer is the cheapest and the easiest sport
yes,
to teach young children, boys and girls.
yes,
So if the US was genuinely interested in that, they would be teaching soccer, particularly in schools where they did not have huge budgets for sports, because you don't
right,
need any. You
right,
need a ball, and that's about all you need.
yep,
So they could be growing, they could have been growing it
yep,
from the ground up for the last 20, 30 years or so, and producing world class players, because with immigration, you have people now in the United States who come from countries that have
yes,
strong soccer heritages. So you
yes.
would actually have a US, I don't know what the US soccer team looks like now, but you'd have a very
Well,
diverse
it already
team.
is. It already is. So yeah, yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
it
yeah,
probably is.
yeah.
But I'm saying
Yes.
it's like, what's the, it, I mean, I can see ice hockey. I can see bowling. I just, you know, uh, most Americans probably don't know anything about soccer or the rules of soccer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, 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 yeah. And here's Stephen Miller, who won't let it. Only wants, I presumably, he only wants players from Norway or somewhere to come in, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they might hide somewhere and stay. That would be tough. Well, they might get bought by American soccer teams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I
but
don't know.
But no, I mean, again, I always talk about how it enriches FIFA at the expense of the cities, but it also, I mean, it's weird to see my city getting like a beautification that's none of this is really for us though. Like even just sort of infrastructure like bus stops suddenly just look clean and new, and it's our city, but it's just a very small sort of footprint of downtown that's been it feels like a set almost. It feels like they've taken they've yeah because it happened very quickly. You can tell a lot of money went into it, but it doesn't feel. They've put in those. I think I mentioned they put in those kiosks like you've had in New York for a while, where you can like plug in for Wi-Fi and get travel information,
Uh,
and it's all ad
yeah, yeah,
sponsored, and
yeah.
we have those now, and just sort of lighting, and they've put in bathrooms, which again, we've had people living unsheltered the entire time I've lived here. They're going to put in bathrooms for 3 weeks and then take them out, and it's kind of that's just I don't know, but
Well, that's yeah. When I went once briefly to St. Petersburg, and it was like early 90s. I don't know if it was still Soviet, but it was still pretty old. I mean,
yeah,
Soviet-ish.
yeah,
And uh, there's a I forget the name of the river, but there's a very scenic river,
uh huh,
and a the one side as you go down the river on the bridge, there's the Hermitage
yes,
Museum, and the guide was joking about the fact that when Queen Elizabeth had visited and come down the river, they only painted the side that they could
yeah,
only they painted the side that she was going to see,
yes,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So and
yeah,
they did that in Russia. I mean, it's like, well, maybe North Korea. They have like a fake a fake shop or a
yeah,
department store, right?
yeah, yeah,
So they're doing that with Seattle. Yeah, they're faking it up, right?
uh huh.
For who? For who? I mean,
Well,
are
I mean,
you? Do you have games? You have games
we
in the
do, yeah, no,
stadium?
yeah, we have matches here. I don't yet feel a significant tourist presence, at least not dressed up in. They're not identifying them. They're here for FIFA. They're not identifying themselves, but um, yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, for who is a very good question. Um, No, and then again, the same thing in DC. I guess after all their millions of dollars, the algae blooms are already coming back to the reflecting pool. Um, his
Oh,
name
I
is.
think that's yeah. I'm sure that's going to be terrific. I mean, the reflecting pool is such a gift to late night TV, and I mean, a lot of people. It's wonderful because there's so many metaphors you can It's going to leak. It's going to poison people, right? Fish will die, or uh, the wrong color. And I mean, look, I think now his goal right now, his sole goal is to make as much money as possible in the next 2 years, and
Yeah,
and that's it.
yeah,
I'm sure he's pissed off now, really pissed off that Elon Musk is a trillionaire, because that
I
because the bar every time he gets somewhere, the bar goes way up,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
so he has to find another scam to latch onto to make some more money.
So okay, I was going to ask you about that one. So Elon. Well, they're claiming Elon to be the first trillionaire. I figured you would insist, as you always do. There are many people who are not as publicity conscious as he is, who are probably far richer than he is. They just don't.
He's the I would say he's the only a trillion. He's possibly the only white trillionaire. You could say
Right?
that,
No. Right? Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Because the Sultan of Brunei surely has more money.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. Yeah.
family, royal family, the ruling families of Qatar and
Right.
and and those countries. I mean,
Yeah,
They
but
own the oil, right?
right, no, yes, and which
So
again, once you're talking about trillionaire, it's almost incalculable anyway. I mean, that's the part. I mean, regardless of whether he actually is or isn't, or is the first or whatever, I don't know if people really realize. I mean, once you start talking millions, billions, trillions, I don't think people realize like how.
also, you froze.
I mean, by
Uh,
all accounts, yeah. Go ahead. Oh,
he's
I'm here.
on paper. He's a trillionaire on paper,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yes.
He doesn't actually have a secret, vast underground vault full of
Right.
gold
No.
bars, right?
And
Or
he
currency or anything.
uh, and for him to access that $1 trillion, a lot of things would need to happen that are all variables that are all yes. So again, that's it's yeah. I but I also I do I you know I it is an enormous amount of money in the hands of someone who is not, I don't believe, a good person, who I just don't believe is a good person. And I mean, and that's it's our tax dollars. I mean, it's ultimately it's U.S. government contracts is why SpaceX will has the huge opening that it does. Um, yeah.
Apparently, he supports the Tate brothers. Did you know that?
Yes,
You know,
no, he supports all of them. He brought them all back to Twitter. It's not he supports all the manosphere. He every time someone says anything racist or sexist or homophobic, he just says good point. He channels and he platforms, but yeah, absolutely people like the Tate brothers. Again, one of the fighters in the UFC that's the White on the White House lawn previously said Michelle Obama was a man. Yeah, because that's this organization. Their most famous figure, Colin McGregor, uses the N-word routinely. That's how normalized all of this is. It's on the White House lawn. It is the richest man promotes it. I mean, it is, and many, many people are disgusted by that and march in the streets and whatnot, but many, many other people also just kind of shrug. A lot of people insisted they would get off Twitter, but never really did. A lot of people, I don't know, are mad about it, but not mad about it enough to do something. That being said, I do think the people who sued to try and stop the White House UFC, whatever. Again, there's certain things I'm not going to get mad about. I mean, I do think Trump utilizing again the White House to profit and all of that, the whole UFC, all of that is just part of a profit scheme. That I am mad about. But the fight itself and it happening on the White House lawn, I think once you sue because of what is the phrase? The legal phrase was aesthetic injury. Of course, that gives him the opportunity to troll and say we're going
well,
to.
yeah, no, yeah, I agree with you. That is a boomerang. That
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, look, that people could object to rolling eggs on the White House lawn. The
Right.
kid could
No.
come
Right.
up
Yeah. Yeah.
that you're ruining the eggs or something
Right.
on
So.
Easter. So yeah,
Yeah.
but I do think that it's interesting that they chiseled his name off the Kennedy
They.
Center
Yeah.
and the judge and a judge has basically told them, it has to open up again. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know how they'll resolve that because
Right. The
they're fighting
director.
over money.
And well, no, and the director of the National Symphony has now departed to L.A. The thing that they dismantled intentionally has come apart, and they can't just
Yeah,
pull it
yeah,
back
yeah,
together.
yeah.
But no, I think again their perspective now is going to be his name's off the building. It's off the website. It's over. Leave it alone. It's over. But I do think people still need to hammer. I think the fact that it all happened, the fact that they did it overnight, that he installed a group of sycophants who voted for a thing that was very partisan to put his name on the building. Then they went ahead and did it at taxpayer expense immediately before waiting for anything. All of that, and then even after judges ruled it, they still waited till the last minute, missed the deadline, filed for an extension. A separate judge ruled that extension, said no, and then finally, begrudgingly, I think the fact that all of that had happened doesn't just go away. I mean, this is how, again, if anyone on the left operated that way, if anyone just broke the law and broke the law and broke the law, they would insist law and order, law and order. They insist they're the party of law and order unless they're the ones breaking the law. And then it's, oh, you need to calm down.
But I mean, some people say I am the greatest president in the history of the United States.
Yes.
Some people say that I am the greatest president in the history of the United States.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, this is happening. This is real.
The polls say different, and the historians separately, when polled, say different.
Well, yes,
but
I don't.
Yeah, no.
Who says that?
But the people are saying the everyone knows, the whole thing. I mean, I don't know if you were following. I don't know, while you were out of the country, the L.A. their attempts at claiming election fraud in California. I mean, there really are a lot of people who just believe now in America, well, it's California, so it must be fraud. But his everyone knows is very hollow. He knows that people booed him at game 3, but he insists mostly cheers. I listened to it, and actually, I think all the reports like HuffPost and Daily Beast I think it was a mix. I think there were actually people who cheered for him too, but he knows when he says everyone knows, it's not everyone. I don't think they even mean everyone. They mean everyone who agrees with us. That's everyone to them. Everyone outside of that doesn't even actually count.
No, his everyone is highly selective. It's not but I mean, he doesn't mean everyone. I don't mean everyone. I mean everyone. Like
yeah,
everyone. But yeah. Well, So is the war going to end? Is there a war? I'm confused now.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't trust the president, but that doesn't mean I trust Iran either. People who love to say either or. I mean, if you're opposed to this war, then you must be supporting Iran. But it's not that. I don't trust them either. But I do trust Pakistan, and they say we're pretty close to a deal. That may not be signed.
The deal is going to be that both sides will win.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Will win.
Yes.
And they'll have lots to say to their people.
Yes.
About how they've won.
Yes.
But if you drill down, I believe if we drill down on the difference in the relationship between what will happen now and where it was before, I don't think you'll find that the United States has won. I think probably we have lost. We may have lost, actually. In other words, we've now handed this Strait of Hormuz that nobody's ever heard of before over to the Iranians, right? We've given them a toll booth, which is going to be. So, I mean, I don't know. He is definitely going to be the worst president in the history of the United States. I mean, by many measures.
Yes.
Right? Many criteria, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But there
You
are
know,
people who are going to insist that he. I mean, I don't. Um,
but
yeah.
do you think that the you think that the affordability issue is really where he's going to is where he is losing his base?
What worries me is that his base is traditionally. I don't think I think he has a. I think he has a. I don't think he needs his base. I think he had again what they I didn't quite understand because they keep saying K-shaped economy, and I'm like that's a new term, but it's not a new thing. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer is not a new thing, but the sort of economy where the rich keep getting exponentially richer. You know, the Elon Musk become trillionaires. That I don't. Yeah, I think he doesn't need his traditional base anymore. He just needs the billionaires who are getting the tax breaks. I think that's the only people he's playing to now. I mean, I think yes, he needs someone to buy his phones and shoes and whatnot, and they have demonstrated to be remarkably resistant to their own self-interest. I don't know how to describe it. Like they see the inflation, they occasionally attach it to him. At this point, I don't think you can say it's anyone else's economy but his, but they still they're you know, I saw a sticker that said, you know, while you're fighting the culture war, they're winning the class war. Like that, they're still more activated by other things, motivated, it seems. And I don't know how deep or how far, how painful it has to get for some people, but I don't, you know, I mean, farmers stick with him. Like I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know, but I cannot imagine that a fixed income right wing pro Trump 2 years ago retiree is not feeling economic pain. I mean,
Right.
from their their pension or their social security or things like that. And I'm working stiff. I don't know. You know they're going to be some of them AI'd out of jobs, out of
Yeah.
I don't know. I tend to think that at least the Democrats will get Congress. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, you know, again, I don't, polls are, I don't trust polls, but I think, uh,
I think it's weird that there's a Republican British guy
oh,
who's in California. I mean,
yeah.
Fox News guy. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it's California. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger had a funny accent too, so
Right. I
they
don't,
they like maybe they like that, you know.
they like,
So
well, I mean,
I, I think it's very funny actually.
I no, I yeah, and I do, and again, I think with the no, and then along with the refugee visas for white South Africa. Again, there are certain types of immigrants are always welcome. Oh, I did want to ask you about this though. What did you hear about? And I don't. I think this. Speaking of clickbait and rage bait, I think this is intentional. But have you been hearing about them ramping up denaturalizations? So you know, people who have who've become naturalized citizens, but
Yeah.
they're
No, I don't think this is click. I think well, I mean, I read about it quite considerably. Um, well, actually, the thing that one of the things that I was more amazed by than most is I didn't know that you could get a green card and be in this country.
Huh.
Because when I did that, I pretended I was in Canada.
Right,
I
right,
mean,
right. Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
other words, the rule was you had to be out of the country
Right.
to apply, right?
Right.
But apparently, at some point, that changed.
Right. So
So,
you
okay,
didn't even catch that had changed, but
I
yes.
didn't know that had changed.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's changed. No, they're saying that on the basis of, I would guess, quote unquote, bad behavior,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That even though you're a green card holder,
Yes.
and as a green card holder, my understanding was you have every privilege except the ability to vote. In other words,
Right.
you're as good as a citizen,
Right.
right?
Yes.
Um, and if you're naturalized, you are a citizen,
Yes.
right? You are a
Yes.
citizen. You
Yes.
may not be able to run for president, but you are a
That's about
citizen,
it. Yes.
right?
Yes.
That's about it. So Stephen Miller is saying, if you're in these categories and you did something we don't like,
Yes.
then we can not throw you in jail. We can kick you back out of the
We can
country,
take away
right?
your citizenship, which I think is
We
a
can
real.
take away your citizenship, which could leave these people stateless,
Yes. Yes.
right? They
Yes.
don't have another citizen. They
Right. Yeah.
you
In
know
many cases, yes, they have.
that's it.
Yes.
So you're making them stateless,
Yes.
and that has got to be unconstitutional. It's got to be
Yes.
unconstitutional.
So to me, the clickbait part is that what they've done is they've been very selective about a combination of people who, I don't know, they disagree with politically, or that they have defined, their definition of fraud, but that they've also targeted people who do have child offenses, abuse offenses against children and things like that that maybe weren't disclosed. And so they're going to, if you defend this, or if you, and they're already preloading, and this is my guess, but I haven't really seen it on Fox News yet. If you defend it, they're saying that they're going to say that you're defending, again, just like all immigrants, rapists and murderers and the worst of the worst. But they're actually they're using that to slip in and to again take away the citizenship, which I think has to be illegal and unconstitutional, from people who they disagree with. And it's again,
Well, as usual, they're using the possibility of a minute fraction
yes,
to eliminate a whole class of people, as
yes,
they did, as they do everywhere,
right,
whether it's Somali and welfare, whatever it is. If they find one, or let's face it, voter fraud. 8 people in 10 million, and you've got voter fraud. Eight
right,
people over 10 years, right?
right, no, right, yeah,
But that's voter fraud. That means the whole. So yeah, I mean, you can always find and blow up, I'm sure. Well, they've been doing that for, they're doing that all the time. They take a crime, a literal crime, or a crime that they make appear to be a crime by an immigrant, and that
yes,
therefore
yes,
everybody is a murderer. Everybody from
right,
that country,
yes,
or everybody belongs to this gang. They're all gang. You're a gang member.
right.
I mean, if you don't dress the way that Stephen Miller dresses, you're a gang member, basically.
There were, okay, again, not to all roads lead to the UFC fight. There were apparently weight and there were weight classes for the soldiers who could attend the ultimate fight at the White House. They had to. I mean, they didn't say that they had to appear, so they didn't say. But I bet you're not going to find many beards. You're not going to find that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
mean for attendees?
Yeah, for attendees, yeah, you had to match you had to fit a
You had to
certain.
look right.
You had to look right
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
You had to be
You
out of
had to look
central
like
casting.
Pete Hegseth
You
with
had
the
to have, right, yeah,
hair
you
and
had to go
the
to his barber and
yeah.
make sure you got the yeah.
This is Marvel Comics time. I
But it's
mean,
but again, but it's also, I mean, the hyper image consciousness has a historical context that is, yeah, the we control the image, and that image is important for a reason. They believe. Um, David Hockney, can we? I mean,
well, he had a very good run. He
yes,
painted up to the day he died.
yeah,
I I I kind of what was interesting to me is that in the fairly lengthy critical obituary in the
uh huh,
Times, they did emphasize the mm, three or four monumental early paintings that I liked, and I had been involved at one point in the sale of a couple of them.
yes,
I I personally think that his paintings, his later work, middle and later work, is not so interesting.
uh huh,
Um, uh, but he'd made enough of a brand that I mean, people pay lots and lots of money for it. Um, so I don't know. I think that he also was enough of a colorful character,
yes,
and it will be interesting. Well, I won't know, but whether his reputation as an artist will continue to be as strong as it is now.
right. I
Or
yeah,
yeah,
I was a little bit surprised by how, yeah, no, how big the sort of mainstream. I mean, I know who he is, but I was raised by you. I was surprised by how big the outpouring was. But yeah, no, like you said, how long that will, or what,
yeah,
yeah.
I think it's because he makes good copy. I mean, he's,
Mm,
you know,
mm,
outrageous, gay,
yeah,
British American, California boys. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a good story. But I think his early work is really very, very good, groundbreaking, and but you know, I don't think you could keep it up forever. Also, he had these very strange ideas about he was convinced that that certain of the old martyrs of the Renaissance painters used scientific instruments
Uh-huh.
to to create their perspective,
Yes.
which is, I mean, it's not a conspiracy theory, but
Right.
it's pretty far out.
Okay,
It,
okay. I mean, it's an, I
I
haven't, I
mean,
mean,
it's possible, but many people think it's a fringe
I mean,
idea.
it's pretty Dan Brown. It's pretty, Da
Yeah,
Vinci has hidden the Fibonacci sequence in the Mona Lisa. Let's decode
yeah,
it and find the gold, kind of. I mean, it's, like,
and also, does it matter? I mean, in other words,
sure.
they made
Yeah,
those paintings. I mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
whether they use mirrors or
Right. No, sure, sure, sure.
I don't know. Um he was a nice. I mean, he was a nice guy, and
Uh huh.
I think uh but yeah, I don't know. He was. I have to say this for him. He was very early on interested in making art with his thumb on his phone. and pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. No, he did some very interesting sketches, you
Yeah,
know. But the
yeah, yeah,
problem was, I mean, I wrote about it, and I think in one book, I can't
yeah.
remember. But at the point where I thought that he was kind of leaving it there,
Uh-huh.
but what
Yeah, yeah.
happened was they got made into big prints and sold
Right.
for
No,
lots
right,
of
right,
money.
right. Right. Yes.
So
Yeah, yeah,
to me,
yeah.
that was sort of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I thought he was going towards a kind of IT conceptual
Sure. Sure.
way,
Yes, that's I remember. No, I mean, yes. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I guess the pull of the market is very strong. Anyway,
Ha. Ha.
okay, I'm gonna have some lunch.
Yeah,
You have a good day.
I will. Yeah.
Um, it's
You
lovely
too.
weather here. I hope
Same,
it's
no,
nice.
same.
Okay,
It is already we're well, it's only in the 70s. It will go up to the 80s, but we're already under a heat advisory. I always have to remind people we have no air conditioning. No, like literally 70% of the homes and businesses here do not have. So when it goes to even 70s or 80s,
well,
it can be dangerous for some elements of the. I mean, for pets, for so it sounds silly for to people who routinely live
no, it's
in the
not because
hundreds, but
actually the week before in London, the week before it had gone to 90 degrees.
yes,
And
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 that's
they don't
I
they don't
they no
have
they
air
don't have
conditioning.
they can't do
Yeah,
that there. I've been there when
yeah,
it's
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Do you
So
and then no, yeah, today I'm going to a carnival, tomorrow
good,
protesting. How about you?
good.
Anything planned this week or just a regular old
Uh,
back to
I've got to go to Chicago
okay.
to
Okay.
look at a painting on
Yeah.
Tuesday, back Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Basel,
Right.
which is I'm glad about,
Right.
and I have some doctor visits which will prepare me for surgery on the
Yes.
1st of July.
Yeah. The
But
we'll
that's
talk. Yeah. 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 I was just gonna say we'll talk about it next week. Seattle Art Fair returns. Tickets are now up to $75.
really.
We'll see if I go. I don't know. They're saying it's the 10th year. I was like, has it really been? But it has. It's been. It's
I'll
okay.
I'll check my spam and email. Sometimes I get no,
Yeah.
sometimes I get sent stuff,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I'll see if I can get a ticket. I'll send it to you. Okay.
Oh yeah. No, I mean I
Sure.
love.
Where
It's
is it?
It's they hold it's like the event center at the like it's like in the stadium, but it's not where the games are played. It's like they have
Right.
an yeah
Okay.
yeah
Yeah.
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 But it's I mean I wish it was cheaper. I love that people show up for it. Again, all those people could also show up for the regular museum, which is only $30 any weekend. But it attracts a very
Yeah, but this
specific.
is still too much. It's still too much
Yeah yeah
because the art fair model, and I'll just say this,
yeah. I know yeah
sucks because the dealers pay to go there
yes
and they produce the content,
yes
and the public pays to go in to see that
yes
content.
yes
And it's the fair organizers get money from both sides
yes.
and they do nothing except produce a venue, right?
I would
Which
be
is
very no, and this is we've talked about this many times, and again we'll save it till next weekend. But I'm very curious because at the smaller arts fairs, like whether it's like the Comic Cons and things, the people who produce them, again, it's the same model. We charge for admission, we charge the vendors, but they don't make money. They insist that they do it out of passion and love, and that
who is
year after
they?
year,
Who is they?
the organizers, the people who in
No,
theory
they
should
make.
just
Well,
go
no,
ahead.
they pay the vendors pay rent,
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm sorry.
and people who
But no, the organizers. Again, I'm not talking about art fair I'm talking about like
yeah.
small in a for something like a that's more themed around like we're passionate around I don't know a video game community or what have you. They put on these conventions. And they say the organizers say they make no money. They say that it's all
Well,
whether
some
it's
of them may not. Some of them
right.
do, and some of them don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
I don't
I
insurance things like venue insurance. Someone's
no,
making
I
money, but
understand that.
yeah.
But a lot of these, I mean, a lot of these art fairs are actually owned by
Yes.
major
Yes.
corporations,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and they don't own them for no reason. I mean,
Yes.
they're
For sure.
the very local ones may be put on by good-willed people
Yes.
that
Yeah.
don't not make any money.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
agree.
Yeah.
So many of the ones are, we all complain that I mean, we're charged for everything. We're charged for lighting. We're charged for walls. We're
Right.
charged for
Right. Yeah.
carpet. I mean,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
then you have to use their people
Right.
as labor.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
anyway. Well, when is that?
It's coming up. I think in July. So yeah, we'll talk more about it.
All
But
right.
you know.
Okay.
All right. I love you. Have a great
I
week.
love you.
Bye
Take
bye.
care.
Bye.
Bye.